Colorado
Madam
rise.
Chair, I move to strike the last word.
Gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Madam Chairman, this spending bill is simply unacceptable on many levels. This is a bill drafted for a soundbite, not sound policy for the American people. Handcuffing the EPA is proof of that fact, and I have and will continue to oppose these attempts and oppose these amendments where possible. This CR arbitrarily kills jobs, hurts the public health, and is a slap in the face to protecting our environment and clean air. This CR will set our country back decades by curtailing scientific research simply because Republicans don't like what some of that science says. Worse yet, it puts our children's health at risk by handcuffing the EPA's ability to simply police polluters. The American public needs real solutions and thoughtful policy, not sound bites. This bill is a backhanded way of achieving a policy objective. Just because the Republican Party doesn't like what the overwhelming science is telling us, and they've stopped time and time again any meaningful reform, now they're attempting to legislate in a spending bill. This bill simply continues the false logic often employed by Republicans. Underfund an agency, then complain about its ineffectiveness, then call for further cuts because the program didn't have the funds to work in the first place. Madam Chairman, the EPA is working hard to protect us from pollution in a responsible way that spurs the economy. This CR prohibits any funding from being used to carry out the EPA's power plant pollution safeguards, the rules that target the largest power plants and prevent them from polluting our air. The rules also spur economic growth. A recent study by MIT found that nearly 1.5 million jobs could be created by simply letting the EPA ensure that over time power companies move towards cleaner power plants. That's 1.5 million jobs cut by this CR. Furthermore, this provision only harms an industry by giving it increased uncertainty and not allowing them to plan for the future. In some cases, it might even lock up permits from going to companies that are a normal part of business. We don't need sound bites. We need sound policy. The Clean Air Act guards the most vulnerable Americans, those with asthma and other lung disease, children, older adults, people with heart disease and diabetes, from the danger, the real danger, of airborne pollutants, including threats from mercury, carbon dioxide, and methane. Each year, the Act prevents tens of thousands of ill health effects, including preventing asthma attacks, heart attacks, and, yes, preventing premature death. This year alone, the Clean Air Act will save more than 160,000 lives, according to estimates by the Environmental Protection Agency. 40 years of evidence shows that these health benefits come not only without harm to the economy, but with benefit to the economy. Since 1970, the Clean Air Act has cut emissions by 60%. At the same time, the economy has grown by more than 200%. Madam Chair, I implore the majority party to stop making grand gestures attempting to bully the EPA. Let it do its job of protecting your family and my family from dangerous pollution. Let it do its job to keep our air and our water clean. This CR is a polluter's dream and a public health nightmare. I urge a no vote and yield.